Oi, oi, alright, how's it going? I'm Grant, you're you, this is Doodle Review, and if you've been around for a bit, you know the situation. If you're new here, we review music. It's not actually that complex, in fact it barely needs an intro, but the core of what we do is alternative guitar-based rock music, but every other day we kind of check in and check out an album in a different genre, just because all music's good music. Somewhat. Today's a hip-hop kind of day, looking at the latest from Danny Brown, which kind of quietly released at the end of last year. Danny Brown is a charismatic, idiosyncratic rapper known for his wacky cartoon character voice, wild persona and unique rhyming cadence, hailing from Detroit, Michigan. His last album, 2019's You Know What I'm Saying, was another solid project in a rich discography, but its somewhat toned down energy and Q-Tip led production that favoured golden age hip-hop traditions rather than the abrasive sonics of prior albums like Atrocity Exhibition may have had fans wondering where he would go next. Would he continue on this more mature, slightly more restrained trajectory, or would we see a return to the wild, unhinged chaos? Well, as it happens, 2023 gave us both. In the first half, fans got to indulge in Danny's wild side through Scaring the Hose, a collaboration with JPEG Mafia that would see both rappers enjoy some of the highest critical acclaim of their career, while in the second half of 23, fans would also be treated to this, Quaranta, the true follow-up to You Know What I'm Saying, which continues to pull the thread on Brown's deeper, kind of cerebral side. As fantastic as Scaring the Hose is, the explosive success of that Peggy collaboration I think was a bit of a double-edged sword. It's awesome, obviously, that both artists are getting the wide critical acclaim that they are, but it definitely soaked up a lot of Quaranta's share of the limelight. Scaring the Hose stood right next to this sixth Danny Brown effort, looks a bit like the cokehead at a dinner party, sucking all of the oxygen out of the room with their admittedly funny and thrilling tales of debauchery, but making every other person look and feel like they're just socially inept by comparison. I just hope, sticking with the party analogy for a second, that enough people find the time for a quiet, deep and meaningful conversation with this more subdued, sensitive wallflower of a record, because it definitely deserves it. Based on his catalogue, it might seem weird to be describing a Danny Brown album as sensitive, and while most of that description is driven by a chalk and cheese comparison to Scaring the Hose, a unit of measurement that would make even a Gabba album seem dull, it seems weird, but it's apt. Quaranta is so named because it represents a recent milestone for Danny Brown, aging into his 40s. This clearly feels symbolic for the rapper because the album he's named after this period of his life is almost a complete dismantling of one's ego over 30 to 40 minutes. Quaranta is raw, honest and really quite affecting, but if that sounds way too heavy, don't worry, because the draw of this album is that it manages to do this within the package of a solid rap record, with plenty of tracks you can still vibe to. Over 11 songs, Danny explores the micro and macro factors that have contributed to where he is now as a man at 42. Some songs talk deeply about addiction and depression, while other songs highlight the kind of socio-economic factors at play, growing up on food stamps in Detroit in the 80s and 90s, for example, or feelings around the gentrification of that same city today. As a quick broad categorization, it's the tracks in which Brown is looking outward that offer the most fun. Musically, I mean, because these are still very heavy themes, of course, lyrically. YBP, as an example, short for Young Black and Poor, sees Danny and Bruiser Wolf trade verses that reminisce about life in the city during their early years. Their words paint a vivid picture of the real day-to-day struggle from inside a city perpetually in disrepair, but the production from the team of Skywalker and Casa overall deliver what sounds like a filtered reverse drum beat that sucks in this gated ascending vocal sample. It makes it one of the most instantly head bobbable beats in the set. Equally, Bruiser Wolf's vocals, delivered with the joy of funk icon Bootsy Collins, easily have you forgetting the harsh realities you're being told of. Ain't My Concern, again, a track that looks outwards, with Danny Brown comparing his come up to the young hip hop artists of today who hop on trends rather than kind of building credibility. This track provides a dark, heavy groove with rolling marching drum patterns and big classic turntable triggered horn samples. The same can be said for other tracks about the macro subjects. Dark Sword Angel sees Brown talk about bringing the same level of fire to his bars today to pursue financial goals that align more to a typical middle-aged homeowner than most older rappers would like to admit. Jen's terrific Vacation sees the artist rally against the continued gentrification of his hometown. Both again are the up-tempo tracks, the heavy hitters. It's the second half of the album where we get a more inward looking and thus slower, more emotive beats come with it. Tracks like Shakedown and Hanami see Danny getting truly raw. He even drops his trademark Looney Tunes ready voice to a hushed, low and slow flow, allowing these songs about addiction, infidelity and honesty, questioning his place in hip hop, knowing he's missed the chance to really hit it big. It allows these songs to actually hit home. And that's before we get to the absolute showstopper, which is the Paul White produced bass jam. Instrumentally, we're just given this really tender bass line with few other elements. It's just left to breathe, perfectly accompanying the lyrical themes of Danny looking back on the music he'd listened to with his family and how it became both the kind of healer of and sometimes the distraction away from the hard conversations they had or needed to have. Is really quite profound and just perfectly ends this quite beautiful album. It's actually the perfect place to leave this review, even though I know I haven't even talked about other amazing highlights like Celibate and Down With It. This is a powerful but still shockingly fun hip hop record that I hope more people get to spend time with. It's an 8.2 from me. And that's that. What do you think though? Are you a Danny fan? Are you new to him? New to the channel? Give me a shout, let me know. Let me know what you think, subscribe, share some thoughts, show some love, or just hurl some abuse in the comments. There's some other videos linked in the description below that you might like. And yeah, check those out and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.